Good morning to everyone. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Dr. Jamshaid, and I'm from National Textile University, Pakistan. I will share with you some of the work what we have done in our university regarding sustainable products. And I'm really thankful for the organizer to provide me this opportunity that I can present my work. We start our life and depends over our parents, friends, colleagues, and everyone around us. But is it all we rely upon? We live in a world that is fast, running at full throttle, and we are trying to compete with, and a lot of things we are doing in this world. So we forget it's our responsibility to show responsibility for the earth we live in. The basic and the actual threat to our planet is the belief that someone else will save it. And as a textile related field, I am because working in that, I think that this is our responsibility to save our world. Nowadays there are so many environmental concerns exist and people are also conscious. World fiber production has been rising continuously. This is one of the reason is fashion and fast changing fashion especially, and the amount of disposed item is increasing continuously. And present technological development and innovation needs a better class of material that meet all practical applications along with its environmental friendly nature and economic value. Some people trash is another treasure, highly repeated today, and I believe no one is indifferent about it. And I believe, as a textile related person who is working in that, activist is that not the man who says the river is dirty, the person who actually try to clean up the river. So at present, waste occupies a prominent place in the sustainability plan that is wanted for the planet and has the attention to the scientific community and industry. And as we can see in the key sustainability metrics in textile value chain, the material is one of the factor in that. And trying to achieve sustainability, we need to conservation of discarded materials and also development of new material. So in our study, actually, we are trying to develop the evaluation of recycling of the waste and also use of new materials for the development of products. At present, uh, we are like wasting so much textile products and almost it will be really shock for some of the people that almost 85% of clothing ends in landfill. And one textile can take almost 200 plus years to decompose in landfill. And also, if we talk about particular with respect to cotton, it take about huge amount of water, almost 2,700 liter of water to make over one cotton shirt. That is the data from the World Research Institute. So this is are the some data from where I've took what we are doing with our waste clothes. And when we have a recycled materials, we are doing two types of recycling that can be mechanical or that can be chemical recycling. And during our work, we have tried also recycling method and by some other method to use the materials for some other item and for some other applications. So, and as I told you before, as now we are really concerned about even many countries in the world are taking care of that, and especially they are trying to reduce the carbon footprints by producing and by developing new methods for the development. So these are the some benefits if you are going for waste materials or environmental friendly materials like landfill space and virgin resources, development of additional markets, reduce pollution, and dyes and fixing agents. So when you're using these types of materials and recycling clothes, so definitely you have some have positive impact on the environment. So the aim of my present talk is particularly use of environmental friendly material, especially basalt fiber, and the development of value-added woven products from the recycled materials. So first of all, I will talk to about the woven products which are made from the recycled materials. This is the one of the work that we have done. We have taken the post-consumer waste and we developed and we took it actually colored fabrics. And after that, we did mechanical recycling and we developed some fabrics. And for the development of those fabrics, we use melange yarn. And one of the positive thing is that we already use the different types of dyed fabrics, so we don't need to dye it later on. So it will definitely save the water and the energy. And after that, we developed our different fabrics and we did some of them testing. And our overall results are really very impressive. For abrasion resistance, we check our threads and there is no breakages, still very high level of cycles. Peeling performance is also in the good range. Color fastness is also in the good range, and absorbency of the sample is also in the good range. And we can see like that, and if we want to use those materials for the waiting area upholstery fabric for the sofas and other things, it can be used for that. Similarly, we've done another work that is industrial project that we have just finished. Here we use actually the salvages waste. As you know, during the manufacturing of woven fabric, salvages develop, and there is some yarn which is wasted during the development of that salvages. And normally we use mechanical recycling for development of fiber, or we just throw it or something like that. So we use that waste as it is without any mechanical recycling. We took it from the industry and then we developed some fabrics from that. This is the process that we have gone through. We have this is the industry where they are producing 100% polyester fibers, and we waste obtained from the loom. Then we dyed it with dispersed dyes, and then we develop samples. And these are the some samples picture that we have developed. And the basic aim of development of those samples is that we want to develop it for the rugs. We also did some testings for that, especially the absorbency, softness, and the tear strength, and all the results are very satisfactory. And our industrial partner is now in process in doing it on commercial scale. So these are the some working that we are doing in my organization related to waste. Now I will talk about the recycling next to the recycling material, that is environmental friendly materials. If we are going to use those materials that are more environmental friendly, definitely it is more good. Basalt fiber is the new fiber, particularly related to the application in textiles. And it has been said that it's the new game changer. And especially due to the growing environmental problems and the waste disposable, it is very good if we can go for that. The focus of green material, as we know, that is we want to use the environmental protection. It is an organic fiber, and it's a huge amount of the world is consist of this fiber, and we can obtain it from the rock of the volcanic rock, and it has very good properties, almost similar to glass fiber, and we can crush and melt it at 1500 degrees C, and later on we can use for development of fibers, filaments, and whatever we want to develop from that. As basalt fiber is natural occurring inert rock, it has no toxic reaction with air or water, and also it does not contain any toxic impurity. And as it is natural, safe, and easy to recycle, when in contact with other chemicals, they produce no chemical reaction. And it can be used for high-tech applications. And it has been said by the USA and some other agencies that it is safe fiber. Basalt fiber is known as the green industrial material of this century. And it has been a lot of research is doing in the world at present on this fiber. So we have done also some research on these fibers. Some of our publications are mentioned in the below. So it has very good properties. It has very high thermal properties, and it can be classified, as I told you, sustainable materials. These are the different forms of the fibers that can be used, and these are the fabrics that we develop with the 100% basalt and then with the jute. These are the different weaves: plain weave, basket weave, twill weave. Because my major focus is on woven fabric, so I just focusing on that. And it has been said that basalt market is growing so fast. This is the production method of basalt fiber production, and as they have very high thermal manageable temperature, so it can be used for the protective clothing, and it has been used in the world for many applications at present. And we are also trying to develop some materials for that to have our results for protective clothing, especially for firefighter protections. Next, we have done some work with the different types of weave development. with different fibers, especially basalt with polyester and polypropylene, and with the different weaves, that is plain, matte, and 1/3 twill that you can see in this figure. Similarly, in the next figure, we also developed the 100% polypropylene and polyester sample. We use the basalt in the warp and weft, both direction, to see its weavability, and it has good results. And we have testing some static and mechanical properties. And overall, we find it out like that the hybridization of basalt with polypropylene and polyester in different weaves leads to significant improvement in static and dynamic mechanical properties. And one thing that is very important, structure of weave is one of the factors that really affect our mechanical properties. And hybridization of basalt yarn in warp direction have more significant effect as compared to in the weft. Similarly, basalt can be used for the composite applications in different types, and people are using it with other materials, and it has some very higher property if we compare it with the glass, although it has less properties than carbon fiber, but it is environmental friendly and cost effective material. So you can, and also it is one of the things we can recycle it as it is 100% because there is no chemical, no extra impurity, no material is added during its production. This is a comparison table of basalt with the other fiber, and as you can see that it has comparable properties to e-glass. So it has many applications at present with the basalt. The player in the market are expanding their production capabilities, which leads to an increase in demand for products in the composite market as well as the construction industry. And in my organization, we have also developed some materials for the concrete, for the construction material. And our conclusion is that these are the some materials that we have used, and our result revealed that addition of the fiber to the cement can enhance the interfacial bonding. And the result also demonstrates clearly that the positive influence of basalt yarn on the mechanical properties of textile reinforced concrete. And as we use different fibers with that to have the best results. So according to result, it can be concluded that the accelerating aging test was too aggressive for the textile material made for the polyester and jute, but it has very higher result for the basalt. And the second one is the polypropylene, as it has very good capability regarding chemicals as compared to other materials what we use for our research. So when we say about using it as a construction material, sustainability is one of the reason, because when you are using, there is no need to be replacing again and again in environmental terms, since fiber reinforcement do not oxidize. They are well head of steel which will corrode. And if you are using especially the area where there is a near to sea, and it will really affect. So in that context, when you're using, you need to be less repairing, less maintenance costs. So overall, it will have affect your sustainability. So in the end, I would like to be just conclude myself. You know, environmental friendly textile is actually road to sustainability. And as a process owner, I think this is my responsibility, and I don't want to be put it on someone else's folder. These are the some work that we have done regarding different, especially related to basalt. And at present, we are I am a guest editor for the one work that is inorganic nanocomposites, and I just feel free to submit papers in it. And I would like to say that future of basalt look very promising, and it can be used in different protective applications, or it can be used in composites. And I thank you to all of my listener who just listened my presentation. Thank you so much.